And so, to my knowledge, you wrote, or at least wrote the grant, right?
I did, yes.
So, okay, so you've been involved in this for a little bit. So tell me just a bit about, first of all, how did you get the grant?
Okay, so I am in my final stages of my doctoral program at Tulane, and they require that we complete 2 pieces of that. So the first part was I had to do a needs assessment and identify a need within our school setting. And I did identify that some of our students have issues with social and emotional regulation. And so the second piece was we had to find an organization within our area or within the state and submit that grant for just to see if maybe we could get the funding. And they sent, so we went online and applied for the grant. I wrote the grant and then we applied for it. I don't know if that makes sense.
When did y'all roughly want this need to be addressed? When did that come into play?
Well, it was just over the school year. So last year is when I completed the needs assessment, and so we just were looking at those students at the time. And so now those 4th grade students are here on campus, and they're 5th grade students. So the need is still here for this school year, as well as our 4th grade students that came from 3rd grade. We're noticing a little bit more of those students having some social and emotional needs as well.
Okay, exactly. And that was one of the things I was wondering. I mean, you guys are 4th and 5th graders.
That's correct.
And so why in particularly them? What makes this type of sensory room into which, they have some needs that need to be addressed? Why them in particular?
So we are getting them ready to go into middle school. In upper elementary, they are dealing with quite a few different changes. They are moving from 3rd grade on a different campus to our 4th and 5th grade campus, and their bodies are changing. They're learning different skills. They're learning about friendships, and they're learning how to sit in a classroom for a little bit longer period of time. And sometimes we notice that can be difficult for some of our students.
Oh, and absolutely. I remember being a 4th and 5th grader too. It's a wide range of emotions and everything too.
It is.
And so as regard as the room, just in general, so what exactly is it and what does it provide? What's the equipment in there? How does it work?
So with the sensory room, it just has different stimulations. So for some of our kids, that might be a visual stimulation with lights. For some of the kids, that may be calm down with feelings, or it might have a weighted vest or fidgets, something where they can kind of put into their hands to help them breathing, learning some different strategies to kind of calm themselves down so they can be regulated and then be able to go back into class and not be a classroom disruption.
So what's kind of a practical example of that? So there's lights, you say, that is it like scientifically proven that these like help out just on stress and make you calm down? Is there anything else equipment wise?
There are some different type of swings that we are looking into that just kind of help with regulation as well. There's all different type of sensory rooms. There's different things that also help with emotional regulation. So we are looking at some different things to put into the rooms. There's also some children that have experience with maybe ADHD. We want to look at targeting those students too, and hopefully that this will benefit them as well.
Absolutely. And so are there, of course this is only for 4th and 5th graders, but do they have to reach certain requirements to be able to use the room, or is it for everyone?
No, it will be for everyone. It'll be for all of our 4th and 5th grade students. I mean, some kids just have maybe a bad day and they need somewhere to go to just kind of calm down. And then we have some students that may use it more frequently. So yeah, it'll just be for everyone that is here on our campus for 4th and 5th grade students.
Okay, yeah, that was kind of another question I have is like, how is this going to be incorporated into the school system? Is there going to be like a designated time, maybe like during recess, to where they have the option to use the sensory room? How's that schedule-wise into y'all's school system? Well,
we haven't worked out those specifics just yet. We do have a behavior specialist that is in that room, and so sometimes she takes the students maybe right before school gets started to kind of help those students. It just kind of depends on maybe when we're seeing those disruptions or when we're seeing some of those students have some of those issues, and then she'll be able to kind of address those needs at that time.
Okay, absolutely. And so you guys have the grant now. And so what's kind of the hopeful rough outline timeline to when all this can be put in place and this is brought to intermediate school?
Well, we hope before the next school year gets started. We are waiting to hear a little bit more information from the Moody Foundation. And so waiting on that, we can kind of move forward on building it together and kind of getting everything, the final completion of it all. I think that they will benefit greatly from our sensory room. I think that we have a lot of students here that just need that extra support, and it's just going to be a safe environment for them where they can, and they'll have that, they know that it's there, and that they will hopefully utilize and learn some different coping skills.
Would you recommend this for almost all elementary schools beforehand?
Absolutely.
And just the age group and everything?
Yes, I think that every elementary school should have something of this type. I think it's amazing for all of the students who just kind of need a little bit of extra support.